Well, first of all, they are doing it here, and they're setting it up here in Austin, Texas. They are setting up a similar grid in Chicago, San Francisco, Los Angeles, but obviously New York will be one of the bigger test patterns. So thank you, Michael Bloomberg. Isn't the Sentinel, wasn't that the killer attack drones in The Matrix, if I'm not...
Matrix,
yes.
That's exactly what I was like, of all friggin' words to use,
well,
I know
they always do that.
They always do that.
They use, their snake teams and they had Viper teams that were going on the subways and checking people's bags and making sure that they were innocent. I mean, just absolute insanity.
But, and here's the myth, right, that if you're just a law-abiding citizen, nothing bad will ever happen to you. But we have reported story after story over the years where somebody in the wrong place at the wrong time, got a bag put over their head and sent on a rendition flight, and oops, sorry, you're the wrong person. We reported a story today in Arkansas, basically martial law, 24-hour curfews in the crime-ridden cities. It's for the children, of course.
Yeah.
So this is not something exclusive to New York or to London or to Germany or to Chicago. It is happening all over.
We got a break. I'm sorry, Jay. Hang on, folks. AnimalFarmShow.com. We shall return.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Animal Farm.
That's interesting.
The People Radio Network. Interesting stuff.
Animal sounds and the Animal Farm. Go ahead.
Absolutely. We're talking to Jack Blood, radio gun of Deadline Live on the GCN Radio Network. Before we were so rudely interrupted by the break, Jack, you were talking about the police state stuff, what's going on in Georgia, and we cut you off, unfortunately. You want to finish up what you were saying?
Police state? What police state?
Go to sleep.
Just tinfoil hat.
I had a soma during that last break. I believe that this is just all for our protection and that the New World Order loves us and that there really is no police state. That's just more fear-mongering.
I agree, Jack.
The years passed. Mankind became stupider at a frightening rate.
I actually caught the end of Idiocracy 2 nights ago, and folks, if you haven't seen it, please, spend the 2 hours, whatever it is. It is, kind of a cheesy movie, but it does.
That movie is great, actually.
It's a great film. It really is, and it really just kind of shows. With exaggeration, obviously, where we're going, where we're headed, even where we are. But I do want to get to the phone check.
Well, hold on. I'll tell you something funny. I rode on a very small puddle jumper from South Dakota to Denver, the evil Denver airport, with, who's the star of Idiocracy? What's that kid's name? Luke Wilson. It was me, Luke Wilson, and Michael Badnarik all in a small plane. And let me tell you, I was holding on pretty close there.
Well, that could be a movie right there, but that's interesting. Let's go to the phones. Loaded lines here. We'll start off with Brave New Books is calling the Animal Farm. What's up, Brave New Books? Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Jack.
Yo.
How's it going? I just wanted to, you guys were talking about the different candidates earlier. I wanted to throw this out there because I haven't heard anybody talk about it. And so I figure, why not call the Animal Farm? They'll talk about it. But there's
Go ahead.
If you didn't know, John McCain has this former CIA director advising him on the environment, and they're calling him Greenocons. It's James Woolsey is now going to dictate environmental policy to us.
That's it. I'm not voting for McCain. He just lost my vote.
Yeah, I was up until that point. And meanwhile, just to let you guys know, we've covered every single. I mean, McCain has had now a series of advisors that have gone just completely south. We had Parsley, we had Hagee, we had the guy about saying 9/11 would help John McCain's chances in the election. I mean, one after another. And then we had the guy who directly derived financial profit off the Iraq War. So it's one man after another with John McCain as far as advisors go, who just hurt his image more than it already can be hurt. So.
Let me comment on that, too, Harlan. That's exactly right. And Woolsey is predicting that we're entering World War V now. We already had World War III and World War IV with the Cold War and the War on Terrorism. Now we're in World... This guy loves World War so much, he's like 3 world wars ahead of the rest of the world.
He's so anxious.
And the fact that McCain is the Republican nominee who is as green as Al Gore is shocking, I guess. And so you really see how they set this up. And that's going to be the new global enemy, the people that are out there flushing their toilets too many times or mowing their lawn, once a week. They're the ones that are destroying the planet, and they must be stopped.
It's no longer the neocons, it's now the greenocons. I think we're now fighting the transformers.
Neolibs and neocons are the same thing, just as paleolibs and paleocons are very close to being the same thing. So you've got to be just as scared of the progressives, as they call themselves now, or the neoliberals as you did the neocons. In fact, I think the Malthusian neoliberals are maybe even more dangerous than the neocons, who used to be liberals and hippies and beatniks.
It just never ends, and it's unbelievable. Good commenting there. Brave New Books, thank you for calling in.
Yes, BraveNewBookStore.com.
Yes, definitely.
I actually have that open on my desktop right now, which is hilarious.
It is a great, yeah. Well, that's
like Bin Laden.
I suggest all folks go check it out. We're going to move through the phones as fast as we can here, folks. So keeping the ball rolling. Zane in Tennessee, you're on the Animal Farm. What's up, Zane?
How you doing? I'm doing pretty good.
Zane, we're doing well. Thanks for calling in. What do you got for Jack Blood?
I've called in your show before. I'm a soldier. I'm in the special operations community, and I see a lot of people at the gym starting to ask questions now, but they're still not going where they need to go. I try to help them out. I just don't know. As compartmentalized as I was, as brainwashed as I was, I don't know I just can't believe anyone can buy into this stuff anymore.
Well, Zane, we want to give you a little applause because we do this for all soldiers calling. I know it's not much, but yeah.
Okay.
We like to do the little bit that we can do, Zane, just to show appreciation. I know it's kind of cheesy, but Jack, your response. Go ahead.
Well, Zane's a great caller, as always. He's been a great contributor to our show when he calls in, and I want to give a shout-out to WBCR and all of our great listeners in Tennessee. The fact of the matter is people are waking up, and we see this. I'm doing, and I'll promote this. This isn't the big announcement, but I'm doing a festival for 20,000 people in Los Angeles with Rage Against the Machine and Primus and Fishbone and Suicidal Tendencies and a lot of great underground rock and rap bands. And, this is really opening up. I also talked to a lot of my friends who are involved in the arts and the culture who move millions of records, and they're writing anti-New World Order records. So people are waking up. The political revolution is only just the foundation for the cultural revolution, if you don't mind me using that term. So a lot of people are going to get it, but they're bandwagon jumpers. So they're going to wait till it's okay. They're going to wait till, it's sanctioned and their neighbors are doing it or all their friends are doing it and it's cool, like wearing your pants down below your ass. And they're just followers. They're going to do that. They're Americans, but we need them. So what you do is you plant seeds, you water seeds, you move along, you go to the next person, you try to hit them where they live on issues that are really meaningful to them. I know my father-in-law was really interested in eminent domain and these types of things, and so we were able to kind of convert him in the beginning by starting him off with gun control or eminent domain or different things. So you just kind of got to really listen to people. Use the Socratean method when you're talking to people about the truth and about the truth movement and freedom, and not just pile a bunch of stuff on them because you're so smart. That's a big turnoff. But the good news is lots of people are waking up, and I think we're about to, in the next couple of months, going to see a huge wave of people, and this is going to be the cool thing to do, is to be anti-establishment and revolutionary for the right reasons and not the Barry Obama reasons.
Yeah, absolutely, and I agree completely. I think that's one of the biggest parts about this is it's not necessarily going to be an overnight type of thing, but it is going to be similar to a cultural revolution, like you were saying. But we need to, in my opinion, we need to make this normal to talk about. We need to make false flag terror operations a normal household function where we can talk about that and not be uncomfortable and not be called a conspiracy theorist, because we obviously all know.
And there's a reason why we haven't seen a false flag terror event in the United States since 2001. Technically, it's not because Bush is doing such a great job and Chertoff and the borders are wide open, the ports are open. I mean, anybody can go hit a soft target. It is because people won't fall for it, which really shows you that this is engineered from the top down. It's funded and engineered, tracked and traced, drilled from the top down, and they know they can't get away with it. And there is something to bringing in the guy on the white horse, the black guy on the white horse, that can effectively get people's confidence back so that a false flag operation might actually work again. And that's why we've been talking about a bioterror event, these other things that could be a little more sneaky. But, man, you look at even some of the 9/11 trials, and the jury throws these out. They don't believe the media. They don't believe the government's lies anymore or BS about, what one guy did as a terrorist when it was an FBI sting operation like the 93 World Trade Center operation. People are not believing it anymore. So to get a party realignment, which is exactly what this election is all about, to realign the party more to the left, to the green, I guess, and to get people's confidence, and remember that term, it's a confidence scheme, back into the government so that they can begin to pull and push these levers again is probably the plan all along.